Hey guys, what is going on? Cat Sam Big Cat here, back with first video in a while actually, but I just want to show you something that me, Cat Flipper and Cat Stevo have been working on for a week now, which is just this world where we got lucky and found four villages with villages in and four with abandoned ones. So village 1 has 7 villages, 12 buildings and 3 connections. It's the first one we found. We actually found it off spawn, and we immediately started getting stonks off of the locals. But if you come along this track, you will eventually find that there is a right turn, which is just here. And then if you go along that, you will eventually get to a crossing that goes 4 different ways with an archway. And it's going to appear now. And then if we go off to the left, you will see another village. This is the next village. This is actually the centre village. This is village 2. It has 5 villages, so not as many, 14 buildings and 4 connections, making it the very centre of this whole thing. It's also stretching across 2 biomes, and it's very complicated because you have this main section, then it loops around in a hook. Very complicated. At that time, we did not have the 4th connection. At the end, I will explain that. But now, if we go left and we go along this, there are torches. We haven't finished inserting all of them. Cat Flipper was doing that. He hasn't finished yet, so it goes on a tiny stretch. But now you can start to see this village here. And this is village 3. It is our least productive, with 3 villages, 7 buildings and 3 connections. However, it's full of farmland and will probably be good for repopulation, as well as the 4 abandoned villages we have, which are also going to be used for repopulation, just to, you know. So we're just going to come along this, and this is really quick. I don't even have to cut this out. You can see it by the coordinates. The next village is literally here. Now this is village 4. This is our second biggest village, and it 7 villages, 12 buildings and 2 connections, making it second only to village 1. Then there's village 2, then it's village 3. A bit of farmland, very open. I think that's just how we did the wall, but it's very open. And then if we come along this connection, so we're going to start to get along to abandoned villages. And as you can see now, one is just popping up here. This is the first of the 2 desert abandoned villages we find. They're across the map from each other. This has 13 buildings and 9 beds, which means it can be very well used. We can put 9 villages in here and expect at least 8 of them to have jobs, which is good. So that's that. So as I was saying, the abandoned villages, each abandoned village is connected to 1 normal village, except for village 2, which is connected to 1 desert and another one that I will show you. So you know this can go either way. We hadn't installed minecarts at that point. We have, by the time this video has been released, we have. And you can see I'm just going along because I know that it's going to cut across. And so, you know. So I'm just going to go to another abandoned village. I'm going to go to this one in a swamp, which comes from village 2. And if you're wondering why village 2 has 3 rails and the others have 2, the rail in the middle is the one that will go to the swamp. So there it is. Then we have this. And so yeah, you can see that 3rd track in the middle. That does have its own cart, and now it will go over this archway and it will come across, and it goes for quite a while to the swamp. Well, it doesn't go too far, but it does. Yeah, so it comes like it meets with one that goes from Village 1 to the mountains, which is the next one that is going to be shown. And so it goes quite a way, but eventually you can see it just down here. This is our next one. Abandoned Village 2 has 13 buildings and only 7 beds, making it the second most productive the third most productive village we will have. An abandoned village, you will see why. The one in the desert earlier is actually second, and the one in the mountains is actually the best one. You will see why in a minute. So we just get back to the crossing, and just to show you that it actually does go to to Village 1. I'm just going to do this quickly. So yeah, see, it goes to Village 1. Now, if we go up this and we go across, and eventually we will come back to the crossing, which we're about to do. Here it is, and then we're gonna just, instead of going over the archways, we go under them, and then it gets quite complicated actually, because we have to pass through 2 mountains. So the first one we actually managed to get on top of it and stay at the same level, so I just built walls around that. And then the second one, we actually had to tunnel through, which made it very hard to fly through and was very annoying. But it's just about to come up. So yeah, you can see that tiny little gap in the mountain. That's like the bit we're going to go through. And so it's very annoying if you're flying, but I suppose in the minecart it should be fine. So now we come, and just after that you can see the stairway down. This is Abandoned Village 3. 11 buildings but 9 beds. This means we expect a lot of the villagers here to have jobs. Now, you can see we have installed the minecarts here, and we're going up, and this is the track that wasn't there before, but just for clarification, that has come from Village 2. And this is our final abandoned village. It's Abandoned Village 4. This has 6 buildings and 5 beds, making it the least productive in both categories of all the abandoned villages. We expect this to more just be a research facility or something, I don't know. We'll find something to do with it. Maybe we can put all the nitwits here, because we only expect there to be 2 jobs in the whole place, so we're probably going to fill it up with nitwits. So if you enjoyed that, please remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.